Elon Musk just called out Donald Trump over a $4 trillion spending bill. And Trump fired back. Tesla stock plunged by more than 150 billion. I mean, I lost 45,000 in one day. And now what? Well, the internet's exploding with hot takes, reactions, memes, and I'm sure at least a dozen different conspiracy theories. So it's dramatic, it's chaotic, it's kind of addictive. But here's the real question. Why are we so obsessed with drama we can't control while we're ignoring the things that we actually can control? I've been there. Back in the 2020 election from October to January, I was glued to the news. I told myself I needed to stay informed, that it was all urgent. So I watched YouTube video after YouTube video. But the more that I watched, the more anxious I became. And I wanted something to be done. I just didn't know what. And I definitely wasn't doing anything that actually mattered. And I lost months of productivity. Eventually, I realized I only needed to understand the core issues and decide if I wanted to contact my representatives. Everything else was just noise. And since then, there's been a number of wild and crazy things that's happened. And right now, this thing with Trump and Elon is no different. I mean, billionaires are going to brawl, politicians are going to posture, but your success, that's still 100% on you. So let's cut through the noise and talk about what actually moves the needle, not just in your business, but also in your life. Distractions don't show up looking like distractions. They show up looking like important updates. When you watch Elon Musk and Donald Trump start going back and forth, it doesn't feel like you're wasting time. It feels like you're staying informed. It feels responsible, but that's just the trick. It's emotional bait. These stories, they hit our feed with strong headlines and louder opinions. There's controversy and money and power and public fallout. It's the perfect cocktail for grabbing attention, but being pulled in doesn't mean that's actually worth your time. I mean, drama is emotionally charged, so it feels urgent. But as I mentioned so many times on this channel, urgent is not the same as important. Because when you zoom out, you realize that nothing changes for you just because you are informed. It only changes if you decide to do something with that information. You don't get paid for watching Twitter or X threads. Your business doesn't grow because you know what Elon posted. And the impact on your actual life, well, basically it's zero. Well, actually, it's usually negative. So the question isn't whether these stories are interesting, because they are. However, the question is, when things like this happen, is getting drawn into this controversy actually useful for me right now? That's the question you need to ask yourself. Because every minute that you watch the drama play out is a minute that you're not doing something that moves your life forward. And the real problem is you rarely notice that the time is gone until you've lost hours or days or weeks or even months. Consuming news or online fights might feel passive, but it's not harmless. It drains energy, it shifts your mood, it fills your mind with things that you can't actually act on. That's not staying informed. No, it's emotional clutter. You might tell yourself, it's just 5 minutes. But 5 minutes of drama rarely stays 5 minutes. It lingers, and you catch yourself thinking about it during your next meeting. You feel frustrated or anxious without realizing why, and you lose creative momentum. And what's even worse is that it pushes out the thoughts that actually matter to you, like how to be more present with your family, or how to bring in the next client, or how to simplify your workflow, or how to finally take Friday off without feeling guilty. Every scroll is a trade, and often we're trading real progress for distracting noise. So if you're feeling overwhelmed or stuck, then this is likely why. You're spending energy on something that you can't control, and you're paying the price in all the areas that you could actually control. So if you're going to spend time and energy on something, make sure it's something that will actually give you leverage. Start by getting brutally clear on what actually matters to you. Is it doubling your revenue? Is it taking more time off? Is it growing your team? Because understanding policy so that you can push for change is great. You can actually build your inputs around that, but not everything needs your attention. If you care about the bill that Elon and Trump are fighting over, then don't waste time on their tweets. Look up the core part of the bills and decide if it affects you. And of course, it does. But if it does, then call your reps, send an email. That's involvement. That's having agency of your life. But if you're not going to do that, then let it go. Put your time in where it counts. Put it in your business, in your creativity, in your team, in your clients, in your family. Build a simple filter. Does this help me move toward what I care about? Because if it doesn't, then it's just noise. Because your time and your energy are your most limited resources. So don't waste it on things that you can't control. Be informed, sure, but don't get sucked into the drama. Instead, use your time and energy to build the life and business that you actually want. So, yes, the drama is loud, the headlines are wild, and it's tempting to watch the whole Elon versus Trump saga like it's the Super Bowl. But here's the truth. Your life does not get better by watching other people fight for power. It only gets better when you fight for what matters to you. If the bill matters, take action. If it doesn't matter to you, then move on. Don't get stuck in the middle where you become angry but powerless. You have limited time, limited energy, so use them well. And if you want to go deeper into staying focused and actually finding clarity, then watch this next video. It's why most entrepreneurs can't see their next steps. In it, I break down the real reason why people get stuck and why you might actually be better off watching Netflix or even a billionaire fight if you're not clear on what to do next. So click the video now and keep building the life that you can control. And I'll see you in the next video.